If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Family vloggers are the worst.
Ever since California passed a law that requires family YouTubers to set up a trust fund for their kids, all these influencers are leaving the state so they don't have to share any of the money with their children.
Now that my daughter Mackenzie's a year old, she's pretty much useless and my husband and I don't need her anymore.
Okay, so today's video is going to be a lot darker than I initially thought. When I started looking up clips talking about family vloggers, I thought we were all going to see a bunch of videos that were really cringe or just influencers oversharing their lives. We would all see how ridiculous this is and move on, but I was wrong. There's a lot more to this when it comes to exploiting their family members for monetary gain, moving to different states to avoid laws that forces families to put money aside for their children. I mean, even getting into the territory of CP. This is just a mess. We have a lot to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's start off with something mild, at least compared to what we're going to take a look at later.
If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Family vloggers are the worst. But this has to go down in like the top 5 worst things I've seen family vloggers do. You, with 10 million subscribers on YouTube, you, as multimillionaires, clickbaited, we're homeless. That's the literal title of that video. And then you had the audacity to Photoshop this with your children in it and the help sign and the rip thing. Ooh. And then within days, you upload another video about your official house tour and your $15 million home. I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm at a loss for words.
So if that is considered mild in my own opinion, you know we're going to see some pretty rough stuff today, but surprise, surprise, influencers using clickbait in their videos, especially when it comes to vlogs and the family vlogs. There are so many different channels that do it, so you have to have the craziest thumbnails and titles just to stick out and try to get a little bit more views. And of course, that means exploiting your children at the same time. But like I said, in comparison to what else I found that's not really too bad, we could start getting into some of the worst stuff.
While we're on the topic of YouTubers adopting babies for content, do y'all remember Nikki Phillippi? In 2018, Nikki and her husband Dan said they were hoping to adopt a child from Thailand, but were told that the agency's policies would prohibit them from sharing content about the child on social media for a year.
Thailand has its own law that's unique to it, that after you pick up your child and they're your child, you are not allowed to talk about them or share any images, photos, videos, anything about them online for a year.
Yeah, and that,
so
I mean, Nikki's got a YouTube channel and we share a whole lot.
Wait, hold on. When that hit, we literally were like,
yeah.
What?
They then decided to cancel the adoption. I do have more of that video in my pinned videos if you'd like to watch it. In my opinion, it was never about the child. It was about exploiting and monetizing the adoption process and the child.
And this is somebody with currently 1.18 million subscribers. Now, it doesn't look like she's doing too well anymore with getting 2,000 to 3,000 views per video now, so it really does start to look not too great for the couple, especially when they decided to not adopt them because of the rule set and they weren't allowed to film and overshare every portion of that child's life when they grow up. We have a comment from one of you guys: I'm so tired of these people. Family vlogs are just parents making a buck off the backs of their kids. Pet owners releasing the most mindless videos about their dogs doing nothing. The list goes on. I mean, I bet you've seen the Instagram pet owners with the dogs or the cats that have millions of followers. I would definitely say though, it gets taken to another level when we're talking about children.
Did you guys see that video of that mom that just gave birth and her husband brings their other child, which is another little girl, to the hospital to meet her baby sister, and she asked the husband to put their daughter in like an outfit that was probably like said something about like being a big sister or something, and like to get like their first picture together, their first video together, like a very special, very big moment. After this woman just went through having her whole body ripped open, right, just destroyed, right, just everything, pushed out this little tiny baby. Her husband gets there with the little girl, and as soon as they walk in the room, the mom looks over and goes, she's not even wearing her outfit. And then she starts to say, you just ruined, and she holds back what she was going to say, and the husband just goes,
So before I say anything about it, we can look at the comments. Seems like people today are more interested in documenting important moments than actually living them. The husband should get a lawyer quickly. Sorry, she's in the wrong. It's like pulling teeth dressing kids sometimes. Instead of caring about the moment, she cared more about these social media possibilities. Yep, that photo op. She needs to get her priorities straight. Ruined what? The baby covers the entire outfit minus the sleeves. I mean, we still saw the photo in that clip. Him saying, tells me she blames him for everything all the time. Capturing the moment has somehow become more important than the moment itself. Because think of the possibilities and the amount of likes you're gonna get on Instagram. And if you have a YouTube channel, you know that video is gonna go viral. It's crazy how much social media has rewired some people's brains, because there's some people that don't even know what they're doing is wrong. This is just how they are now, trying to either monetize or get validation from social media 24/7.
I was scrolling on my FYP and this video comes up of this like family vlogger or whatever making this video, like telling her kids that she is pregnant with her 12th child. So she has 11 kids and she's pregnant with her 12th child. And the kids' reaction was just like, they're so over it. You know what I'm saying? And my question is, at what point is this child abuse? At what point is this neglect? Because you have no capacity as a human being to care for all 12 of your children the way that they deserve and need to be cared for. I don't care how much love you have for these kids, okay? Realistically, you can't.
There's no way she could give them all individual attention they need. Those kids are being raised in a house full of people, but all alone at the same time. Now, I think that's an argument in and of itself. I understand the reasoning for thinking that way. There are so many different schedules for each kid. It would be incredibly difficult to be on top of that all the time. And I do understand the other side. It is their choice, but I'm coming at it from the perspective of it being a family vlogging channel. It almost seems like having that many kids is a way to get clicks. Imagine you scrolling YouTube or TikTok and seeing somebody with literally a dozen kids. Wouldn't you want to see what their life looks like, whether it be through clips on TikTok or vlogs on YouTube, compared to somebody who maybe has 1 or 2 children? And from the reaction of all the rest of the kids, it almost seems like they know that that's exactly what's happening when they finally hit number 12. Another example we have of that, not as many kids, but a user called Anna Twinsies, mom of 2 sets of twins with over 2.5 million followers. This is somebody who makes ASMR content, which I'm not a fan of. I mean, if you are, whatever, but then also sprinkles in her children with the very wealthy lifestyle. I mean, she's got a G-Wagon, looks like a mansion as well, very expensive life, right? And then you start seeing the clips of the cringe TikTok dances or the trending clips with the mother dressed up matching with all of her kids. And you could clearly see by their faces, they don't want to do this at all. They're basically just being forced to by the mother, on top of wearing everything, so they all match. The top comment really nails it right on the head. Blink if you need out, kids, because it really does look like this is just for views and more money. Then we could switch over to some of the new laws that were enacted in California and why so many of these people moved away from the LA family vlogger, mommy influencer kind of life and went to a different state to keep more of their money.
Ever since California passed a law that requires family YouTubers to set up a trust fund for their kids, all these influencers are leaving the state so they don't have to share any of the money with their children. It's no secret that family channels make the most amount of money on YouTube and TikTok, especially when looking at their mega mansions and extravagant lifestyles. But now popular creators like the LeBrant family and Brittany Xavier have suddenly uprooted their lives from LA and are moving to places like Tennessee because they are not required to set any money aside for their kids. Not to mention there is no state income tax, so they can pocket even more of the money. And currently their comments section is getting flooded with concerned people saying things like, why are they not looking after their own children considering they are the ones that are making them so rich and famous? And others saying that if they were in the same position, their #1 priority would be ensuring their kids' well-being in the future. I mean, if you take a look at what happened to the Ace family, it's absolutely tragic. They literally had it all and their channel was making tens of thousands of dollars every single day, but eventually greed took over and it caused their family to break apart, all because of the husband's actions.
Brittany Xavier left her high school age daughter in LA to move. Why would you not want to set your children up for life blows my mind. I mean, when you get to that point, making tens of thousands of dollars per day, not even per month. How much money do you really need after that? Setting up a bank account, high yield savings, some sort of trust for your kids, while also raking in an ungodly amount of money, that's just too much to ask for. I need to move out of the state. I mean, it just sounds unbelievable to me. I don't care, all family vloggers need to be thoroughly investigated. Hear me out, stop watching, and they stop. But so many people still love to watch them, and that turns into a lot of people that you don't want watching your kids.
Did anybody else just see the post that got deleted of that mom saying that her and her 12-year-old daughter made a TikTok account to do TikTok dances over the summer for fun? They had a huge influx of followers, and when they looked at the analytics, it was entirely men. And they're wondering why men are following them and not what they expected to be more young girls. And I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Those are predators. Predators are following you, okay? One predator saw your video and said jackpot. And he took that video and he sent it to his friends, who then sent your TikTok profile to their other friends. And now there's a whole network of predators who are watching you and your daughter dance online.
If this is the video, that family is the LeBrant family, very popular influencers. These mothers know and use their children. They know. We're going to talk about that in a second. Another person saying the LeBrant family, she's pimping out her kid. What was she expecting? I mean, clearly everybody knows that this is disgusting and people shouldn't be acting this way on the internet, but at the same time, what do you expect? I see unhinged comments all the time on my channel, and I basically just have to brush them off and say that's how it works on the internet. As bad as it sounds and crazy as it is, putting stuff up like this and then seeing the comments and who's actually watching, if you don't delete the videos and the page entirely, you're basically just enabling this to keep going on. Because oh man, does this get even worse.
Sometimes I just flex no reason. From Orlando.
Start putting clothing on your children if you're going to post them on the internet. 5 out of the 12 total times you've posted this child, it is not wearing any clothing. And here's why I think that she knows actually exactly what she's doing here. So yeah, first of all, the viral 4 seasons baby meme, we all overlooked it because like you totally didn't expect that to go viral, right? No one could have called that, that's fair. But the fact that you've only posted this child like 12 total times, and out of that 5 of them, they're not wearing any clothes, is like a suspiciously high number. You've also gone out of your way to emphasize 2 things: that that's not a baby, that's a toddler, so why isn't it wearing clothing? And second of all, that that's a girl. You need everyone on the internet to know that that is very much so a girl, to the point where you've gone out to the store and gotten bows and things that are girly to put on her head to identify her. And yet, not clothes. You've also started very much so formatting all of your accounts like a mommy vlogger would, which means you are aware of the mommy vlogger universe, which means you are on the algorithm with all the controversy that happened in the mommy vlogger world.
I just realized that it's also the aunt running the main page and not the mom herself. I feel like this adds an odd layer to this situation as well. My grandma, born in 1928, told me when my first was born, don't you dare ever share photographs of your children, it could embarrass them later. This situation is a lot more than just embarrassing. My mom sent me baby photos of me recently, I'm 37, and she asked me not to post them anywhere because people are creeps. And clearly I'm not in any danger no longer being a child, but even my mom knows. And she limited comments so no one could tell her how gross she is. Wow. We even have news outlets looking into this.
The New York Times basically found that a bunch of parents are deliberately exploiting their underage daughters for money and views, yet nobody seems to care. They analyzed 5,000 accounts managed by parents who do this to circumvent social media age restrictions, and found that a large majority of them are followed by creepy older men leaving disgusting comments to the knowledge of the parents. And if it couldn't get worse, another article found that child predators use videos like this to generate disgusting AI. These parents play dumb and plead innocence while also charging people money for extra content of their kids. Any page where a majority of the content is of an underage child should be banned on its face.
Go right to the comments. Natalie Wood, Avery Woods. Ren's mom should be on the top of the list. The AI corn of children is precisely the reason why I won't share my child's picture on social media. It's okay to parent shame family accounts. This is why I'm 100% anti-family blogs. Another comment from you guys: when will parents stop filming their child's meltdown? In response to this video talking about iPad kids, when they don't get what they want, they get their iPad taken away or screen time limited, and they have an absolute meltdown meltdown, and the first thought from these parents is to take out their own iPhone and record it to put online for everybody in the world to see. Family vlogging has to stop. And we have another example here going along with the punishments and sticking a camera in your kid's face to talk about it.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October. And they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, it was pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, Russell, he was like, what? And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on.
Do you think it's funny? Because
and then I walk out and
if you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
So if you don't know who this is another one of the mommy vlogger, influencer, family YouTube channels, all of that, who actually got prosecuted for the video she was making. I mean, absolutely insane stories that I don't want to go into in this video. If you want to look it up yourself, just Google Ruby Frank and go down that entire rabbit hole. It's a very rough story, but here's just one of the small clips that she thought was okay to put in the vlog of her kid, pulling a mean prank on their little brother, telling them they were going to Disney, but that turns into 7 months of not having a room, sleeping on a beanbag. I mean, seems incredibly extreme. And there were a lot more problems on top of it. So much so that I said she was prosecuted because of it. So he's not allowed to laugh at a prank, but she's allowed to laugh at the fact that she took his room away and he had to sleep on a beanbag. She's so proud. But we're going to end off this video with a skit that is incredibly accurate now, as messed up as it sounds, even down to the influencer voice.
Now that my daughter Mackenzie's a year old, she's pretty much useless and my husband and I don't need her anymore. As soon as Mackenzie was born, she became part of our daily vlogs on our family channel and our audience absolutely loved her. She made us so much money. We were even able to fly private. We were able to buy a brand new mansion. We were living our best lives. Unfortunately, the older she gets, the less income she's able to bring in. For some reason, our audience just doesn't find her cute anymore. To keep up with our lavish lifestyles, my husband said that we should get a 9-to-5 job, so I did start to look, but this wasn't an option for me. I came up with a way better plan. We decided it was time to have another baby, one that could make us multi-millionaires.
The LeBrant family coming up on my search says something. The LeBrant family, Everlay, literally. So this isn't really too far away from the truth, unfortunately, and I'm going to stop it here. I don't know if this video is already going to get age restricted because of the content. This whole situation is just an absolute mess. But that's all I got for you guys today. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.